Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of RD Custom Diecast. Today we're going to be working on this 2014 Custom Mustang. It's part of the Hot Wheels Premium Hot Wheels Car Culture series. Not sure what year this was made. Anyway, ordered this online, got it in. This was kind of commissioned by my youngest son. He's about to have his first kiddo this week. And he has a 2014 Mustang GT 5-liter that's like a neon green, and he asked me if I would recreate that for him in a Hot Wheels. So I've got a couple ideas on this. I know I need to go ahead and get it drilled and tapped. I will tell you, on his Mustang, everything's blacked out, so he wanted me just to black out the wheels. I really hate to black out these wheels. I'd like to save them for another project, so I may wind up putting on a different set of wheels. Not sure what we'll go with. I got some M2s. I've got some Hot Wheel Premiums. Those might look pretty cool on there. We'll just have to see. I may wind up leaving these on there. If I do, he did request them to be blacked out. I'll black them out. Like I say, I just hate to black those wheels out, man. They're nice. I'm tempted to liquid mask some of these areas and kind of cheat on this a little bit. What I know that we're going to have to do if I have to recreate his does not have the racing stripes on it, but on his hood vents, the hood vents themselves are blacked out. The side vents right here behind this rear door post area, it's blacked out, so we'll have to black that out. So all these tampos are going to come off. The paint, I was going to strip this whole thing. I'm almost tempted to scuff this whole body up and shoot right over it. We may do that. I don't know. Maybe put a base coat and then shoot over it one more time. I think that might work. That's a technique I really don't usually do. Reason why I was thinking about doing that, if I strip this right now, we're going to have to go through, and I'll definitely have to redo all these taillights and stuff, and it looks really, really, really nice on here. I'd really like to liquid mask this area off right here and go ahead and just scuff everything up, paint it, take that liquid mask off. It'd save me a lot of headache. I normally don't take shortcuts like that. I could print up a water slide, but that is really, really nice. I don't know if you can see. It just, the detail and everything on that's just really, really good. And I'm not going to be able to quite get it that good, even with clearing it with the water slides and my photo printer that I have. So I can get close, but I'd like to keep that if I can. The headlight areas, I'll just repaint those. That's not that big an issue. But let's go ahead and get started. Let me get this drilled and then take a look at it, see what we got on the inside. Might go ahead and tap it, and we'll go from there. Just where you're aware, this is going to be a multi-day project. I'm getting started on this late, so today, definitely drilling it, possibly tapping it, and I'll probably stop at that point, just where I can kind of sleep on this, decide what I really want to do. I may go ahead and strip it, but I think it'd be better just to kind of let it simmer overnight, make a decision. There we go. All right. So the nice thing about this, we got premium wheels if we want to leave them, if we're going to black those out. and metal base. Definitely going to do a little bit of detail on the inside. Now his car is totally black on the inside, but we might do a little chrome accents on the like the center console area where the gear shifter is and stuff like that. So we're going to do very minor work to this because I want as close as possible to his vehicle. Now, one thing that I do like is this is part of the interior. So I'm not going to have to worry about detailing, especially that pony right there. It's going to stay on there. I'm not going to have to worry about these little bitty fog lights. That's going to be good. Those little bitty minute details like that sometimes are bare. I am going to go ahead and take the wheels off of it this evening. And we might go ahead and drill this out and tap this. That way it's done and out of the way. I cut these off because I'm going to glue the axles and everything back in place. I actually might use, depending on what wheels I go with, I may actually use a axle tube anyway. So we'll see. Whatever goes there will get glued in place anyway, so it don't matter. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry, I had to move my camera where I could get my drawer here. I'm going to take this off and I'm going to actually look at these tires. I wouldn't mind blacking these out. I like these better for another custom I've got coming up. So let's just see what these look like. And we might put something different on this one. This was another project coming up and I was just going to use these tires. But what the heck. Give me just a second. Let me cut these tabs off. It'd be easier for me to do it off camera. Alright, so let's take these off. I like this design on here. Like the fronts, hate the back. So see if these gas making ones, if we can even get these on here without cutting that axle. They might go. Not quite. It's alright. If I have to cut them, I'll cut them. Front ones are fitting nice. We actually may go with that. Let me go ahead and cut this since I'm pretty sure that I like this setup. We're going to take a look at it and see how she's going to look. Like I say, the original ones are great. And he's not going to like that red on these tires. So rather than tire swap, I'll just flip these tires around on it. Those look good on there. I think they'll look good blacked out. I just think this design, this five-star design, looks a little bit better for a project I'm fixing to do. So I would rather have these for a different project, and we'll go with this. Give me just a second. Let me try to get this straight as possible. So let me show you something, guys. That popping that you heard, I should have just told you right off the bat what it was. It sounds like your drill bit's breaking, but it's not. If you look inside this casting, it's got some voids and it's popping through that void. So we're not going to go very much further. We got plenty of post right there. So I'll go just a hair further, make sure I got plenty room for my screws. But we're about there. So we're going to oil these. What I like about this oil right here, it's already in a needle oiler. So we're just going to put it just a little bitty drop right there. Same right here. Just enough to lubricate. I'm not squirting it in there. That was just the gravity that where that drop come from. I'm turning it upside down, so. And we're going to tap this bad boy. Use a little bit of slight pressure getting started. Try to keep it straight as possible. We're going to go in a few turns before we back it out. And then I'm going to turn this out. I like to wipe these flutes. Get that little bit of metal off of there. It's not 100% critical. That's just the way I do it. Biggest deal, try to keep your tap straight as possible. Once you get it going, it's going to try to self-align. But when you first get started, it's critical you try to get it as straight as possible. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to try to do a little bit more work on this 2014 Mustang build. Now, we went ahead and taped off everything. We did shoot it the pearl lime green, wicked. One thing that we did is we had to custom mix that color to get the right shade and everything. So now what we're going to do is all these highlighted areas that are not masked off, we're going to shoot black. We're going to shoot the inside black. I'll let it set overnight, and I'll come back tomorrow, work on some of the details. It's been a hectic week. Have a new grandson that arrived, so last couple days has been hectic, and my son that I'm doing this for, congratulations to him on his first child. And we'll get this Mustang out to him as quick as possible. So bear with me, guys. This tape, I didn't want y'all to sit there and watch me tape everything up. It took me about 30-40 minutes to get everything taped, and this tape was a bear to get the stick. So let's see how she does for us. We'll hit it with some light layers here, and we're gonna get it to build up. We got quite a bit more detail work we're going to do on this tomorrow. Still got the headlights, the turn signals, the tail lights to do on it. Now we're just getting what you can see, so that's it. I really think I'm going to go with one more light coat, and we're going to call her good for the night. I'll let her set, and then I'll peel this tape off tomorrow, do a reveal on that, and we'll start working on the details. Okay guys, we're back. Let's see what we got here. We got the wheels we painted black. Went ahead and put the tires on. Got them ready to go. That's gonna look good looking on there. These turned out good. So let's go ahead and take the tape off and see how this come out. Interior's fine. I'm just hoping we don't have any bleed over. If we do, I have to do some touch up. For the most part, we got some pretty clean tape lines. So I think that's gonna work. What do you think, guys? So far. We'll see if the rest turned out as good. But every once in a while I have a problem with the sticking. Okay, I want to get that door trim around there in black, and I succeeded with that. Got that back vent. So that looks good on this side. Now I do have a little spot right there. I might can get it off without having to touch that paint up. We'll see. Sorry guys. Let me get that off my finger there. So we got so far. Same on this side. So I got a couple of spots I'm gonna have to touch up on if I can't get them cleaned up. And then what we'll do next is do all the details on the lighting and everything. So that's where we're at so far. Looking good. Okay guys, this is part of the 2014 Mustang build that I'm doing. Sorry, I'm shaking a bottle of paint just to show you what I do when I do my water slides. I've got some decals printed for the Mustang. Instead of wasting the whole sheet, I go ahead and print out a bunch of other stuff on there as well. When you do your own water slides, it's best if you can do it on a photo printer. If you don't, you can just use a regular laser jet or inkjet. Just make sure you get the right kind of paper, and make sure after you get done you clear it. And I use this Rust-Oleum 2X Ultra Cover Clear Gloss. Put 3 coats about 30 minutes apart. I'm not gonna make you see every step of that, but that's how I do that. And that'll protect that water slide. If you don't do that, your ink will come off when you put it in the water. So if you've never done water slides, it's just a quick tip for you to get started. And I'll show you all the final result when we get done. All right, guys, we're back at the bench. I've got some water slides that I just sprayed some clear on that I'm waiting on to dry. In the meantime, let's work on some of the details on this 2014 Mustang. So it's looking pretty good. I just confirmed the door handles on his actual car are the same color green, so we're going to leave that alone on this. And I can't get a hold of him. He's got a new baby, so I'm not going to bother him. But we'll go ahead and do the headlights. I thought he wanted the headlights smoked. We might come back and shoot a little black transparent on it. Let me get this windshield out of here. I don't know. We'll have to see. I may just leave it like that, not give him a choice. Just a second, guys. Let me chisel the tip of this brush a little bit more. I don't like how it's doing. I've used these brushes several times, and it's about time to get some new ones. Guys, you can trim your brushes. Just be careful and don't take off too much. I didn't take very many off. And some of this I'm not going to be able to do on camera, guys. It's just, I have to get so close in that we're not going to get a good camera shot. But you can see how we're looking right there. This paint flows pretty good where it needs to go. Now guys, you put as much or as little detail on yours as you want. That's what makes it a custom. Don't let anybody tell you have too much or too little. I'm going to be pretty minimal on this, but I am going to put in a couple of gauges here. Okay guys, we're going to get started on this next axle. So as you can see, that's how we did that. And that's another way you can do these axles. Don't think there's just one way. There's not one way to do it. There's several ways. I like the axle twos, especially when I build a racer. I just think the rigidity is a lot better. I just like it all around when I do that. Now this is not a bad option as well. This works really well. Will spin really good. You can polish this out if you wanted to. It's pretty polished anyway, so these wheels run really good on this. You could use the factory pins. You could use the factory axles if you don't have to cut them. If you're going back with the same wheels, you don't have to do that. So lots of options. Okay, next guys, we're going to use our axle jig here. We're going to put this on it. Give me just a moment. If you haven't seen how to use this, we got a video. Just go take a look. Pretty simple. Rubber band. Put it in there like that. Hold this down. Let's try to get it where I can get my thumb right here. Hold across that other axle. Front axle in. And put another band on it. As you can see, that's what we got. Now you're gonna have to line this up a little bit. And what you're wanting to do here, what we're trying to go for, is making sure your distance between here and here and here and here is fairly close. It's not absolutely going to be 100% perfect necessarily, but it's going to be close. And that way, after you glue up, take those off, it's going to be lined up pretty good. It's going to be pretty straight, and they got even spacing between the two. If you don't do that, if you just stick those on there and glue them down, you run the risk of one side being closer than the other, and you might have some wheel rub on one side. Like I told you guys, we're going to use this. This flows pretty good. This is a medium, so normally I would put some underneath, but this should actually flow underneath that axle pretty good. Again, if I was doing this on something I was going to race, I would not be doing this method. I would highly, highly discourage this method and go straight for some JB Weld or some heavy duty epoxy. I know a lot of people argue with me on that, say that they've never had a problem, and they probably haven't. I'm sure they're 100% correct on that. But that's my personal preference, and that's what I recommend. So, to each his own. You do what you want to do. It's your custom when you're doing it. We're going to let that glue dry up. When we get it dry, I'm going to show you, we're going to have us a roller. So, I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, guys, we're just taking the car off this jig. Simple, simple. This wheels were perfect. This is on good. Good spins. We're good to go. All right, guys, got the wheels touched up. Got those center caps color match painted. You don't see the silver shining through from the axle, or the brass is actually what it was. So we're good to go here. Sorry guys if I didn't get that on camera good. Once we get that softener on there, then clear over that, it's going to look sharp. I could have went with some white or silver in here, but I think it looks okay with that green coming through. I think it kind of gives it a unique look. I think we're going to stop right there, let it dry. All right, let's get some of that moisture out. Go straight down with this Q-tip. There we go. Looking good. That one's good. Set. All right, guys. Go straight down. And we're good to go. So this is where we're at. I think we have all the paint that we're going to do. It will be ready for some 2K clear tomorrow. Then we'll button it up, build a display for it, and go from there. Guys, make sure if you're shooting 2K clear ever, one, you need to be an adult. Two, if you're shooting 2K clear, make sure you have a respirator, protective gloves, sleeves is even better, and make sure you have external ventilation. This vent hood is directly vented out this window right here, so but regardless, I will be wearing a respirator as well. All right, guys. Okay guys, we're back. I went ahead and fully assembled this car after we shot clear on it, and went ahead and tossed on the old rotisserie here, and you can see that 2K clear, it just glistens. Just take it off the rotisserie, just kind of give you all a idea of everything we did. Went ahead and put the 5-liter decals on the side. Detailed the headlights, turn signal, side markers, front and rear lights. Did a little detail on the inside, very little. See some through the back window. And I think this turned out spectacular, guys. Let's see if we can get those wheels where you can get them in focus. There we go. And that was pretty much all we did to complete this build. It was a custom mixed color. And that's how she turned out. Okay guys, we come to the end of the 2014 Mustang 5-liter build. This is how she turned out. I told y'all that I was going to put it in a display. Got it in a display for him. It'll have the vehicle information underneath the base here, so you can flip it over and actually see that. But that's what he's going to get. And as close, this is about as close to his vehicle as possible. So appreciate it if y'all would like, subscribe, share, and I will catch y'all on the next episode. Thank you guys. Have a great day.